It's so cold. I need to get this said quickly. I don't want any views this week. Don't let it get to 30 seconds. Just pause it, close the window. I don't even care. Just go watch Luke and Keith's video. Don't watch Rob's video. He's already got 10 views. But don't watch mine. Just quick, close it right now. What the hell are you doing? Why are you still watching this? Now I'm gonna get a view. Thanks. Jerk. Ha, just kidding. You're not jerks. I love you. But here's the thing. Since everybody else is filling their quotas of views they want to get, Keith's spamming his way to 500. Luke's trying to get 200 before Rob's gets 200. Rob's already made 10. Connor's trying to get like 300. Here's what I want. I just want to beat my average. So I just went on YouTube and I did some math because I'm a nerd and found out that I'm getting on average about 114 views per video. I guess I haven't told you what classes I'm in, so let's do a quick rundown. I'm in Calculus 2. We had our first midterm last Thursday night, and I got 80 out of 150. I'm not sure why I'm doing so bad. Probably because the lecture is really boring and my notes look something like this. That's a picture of somebody fighting Donatello in a room with a staircase. I'm not a very good artist, so I have to practice a lot. So I drew a staircase. I don't really know why. Next class, organic chemistry. I'm doing actually pretty well in that class, but my notes don't look much better. This is a picture of Keith as a pirate, apparently, playing guitar while surrounded by chiral compounds. And he's playing guitar to Connor, who happens to be sitting on chair cyclohexane. This is a very excited cow. This is a sheep zapping a cactus. OChem's a 3-hour lecture, so I get a lot of practice on my art there. Stay tuned next week for mass communication notes. It's question time. So Luke probably had one of the hardest questions this week. He wants to know that if I had invented a cure to stop a worldwide pandemic, let's say cancer, AIDS, malaria, the regular flu, whatever, and I had to kill a child, but this child wasn't old enough to comprehend language, so I couldn't speak directly to the child. If I had to kill that child to get this cure, would I? Yeah. Would I kill 5 kids? Yeah. 10 kids? Yeah. Here's the thing though. I could keep going like this. My line of reasoning is that not only are they not old enough to comprehend language, but I believe Rob said it, I can easily just talk to their parents, explain the situation, say, hey, here's what's going down, and then the parents will be like, that sounds like a good idea, we can just have another kid, because that's how kids work. You just have sex some more, then you have another kid. At least I think that's how it works. So there's my answer. I'd kill enough children that the lives I would save would always be more than the number of children I had killed. I'm going to say by a factor of 2. So like, if I could only save 20 people by inventing this, I would only kill maybe 10 babies. Because those 20 people might still reproduce, then again they might not. If they knew they were cured of this disease, I'm sure they would probably reproduce, which would increase the world's population, which would still increase the chances of, say, a doctor that could invent a cure without killing babies. Meanwhile, all those people that are suffering are old enough to understand language and say, hey, holy shit, this hurts a lot. They're not dying anymore. So I guess I'm going for short-term gratification, and then in the long term it kind of pays off, like, hey, we're dead now, but we can invent some cool stuff later, because now all these adults won't be removed from the infrastructure every year, and we can still make use of all their talents. Meanwhile, if we just let the babies live, well, we got a lot of babies rolling around. So that's my take on it. Keith wants to know if I could do anything for a whole summer, what would I do? And I think I would go on a tour of Europe or the world, mostly because I think that'd be really interesting to see all the history and everything. You know, I'd probably hit up Italy, see all the old Roman structures. Have some delicious pasta, perhaps. Germany, go see like Hamburg, place like that. Hit up Paris just to say I've been to Paris. I mean, from all accounts, it's pretty much just another bullshit town. If you haven't read David Sedaris's new book, When You're Engulfed in Flames, he talks a lot about Paris, and from his descriptions, I mean, it sounds just like a regular city, except they have an Eiffel Tower. So, probably go see the Eiffel Tower. Probably hit up Moscow, see the Red Square, all that good stuff. Probably have to make a stop in Japan just to experience Tokyo and the immense density of people there. Where else could I go? I'd probably stop by somewhere in Africa. I'd probably have to go to like South Africa maybe. Go see the World Cup, because that's happening next year, so that'd be cool. Pretty much just go on a tour of all the cool places in the world, you know, that pretty much regarded as important. Perhaps I'd go to London. Obviously I can't fill all summer just sightseeing, so I could go hang out with Robs and we could do like a side-by-side parallel kind of thing, where as we're sightseeing we make a stop by somewhere that's impoverished, do something to help them out. Wait, I wasn't supposed to move that hand. This is the luxury hand. So we're doing something to help them out. Then we stop by their neighboring country, which is doing alright, have a blast. Then we go build some houses or some schools or something. And that would be my summer. I'm really sorry, faithful viewers. I lied to you when I said Luke had the hardest question this week. Rob's definitely has the hardest question this week. And his question is, if I could change anything about myself, what would I change? I don't think he appended a Y, but I'm going to hit you with a Y. So, at first, my first reaction is I would say I would want to increase my self-confidence, to be more self-confident in a given situation. But after making, this is my 4th video, one thing has become eerily apparent. I'm sure you've noticed it. My right eye is kind of droopy, and it covers about half of my eye as compared to my left eyelid, which is like, wow, hey, it's bright outside, let's look at stuff. That's just no good. So I would fix that. I would change that. Make either my eyelids the same height. Maybe if they were both droopy, it would look less goofy. I mean, Calvin Freed pulls it off well, so why couldn't I? I mean, it'd be even better if they could both be open, because then everyone could see the radiant blue of my eyes. So Rob's and all the GQ watchers, there's your answer. Connor wants to know what animal he most resembles, and I'm going to stick with bear, and here's my reasoning. I don't know if you've seen Rocky IV or any other movie made in the Cold War era, but every Soviet/Russian is a big, tough bruiser guy, big and strong, huge muscle. That equals Connor. So, obviously, in my mind, because I grew up in the Cold War, I equate big tough guys with the Ruskies, and since I'm also into symbolism, I equate Ruskies with bears. That's why Connor looks like a bear, everybody. I don't know if anybody's drawn that connection before, but that's where it came from. Also in 8th grade, his nickname was Commie Connor. My question has to do with some news that I read recently. Basically what it said was President Obama was at a rally or a school, something, where he was answering questions from people, and this little 4th grader kid asked him why people hate him. And I think that's a good question. Why do people hate Obama? So that would be my question to the GQs. My answer would be something like what the president himself said, where it's just part of the job, where you have some people that don't agree with you, and those people get really angry when they don't agree with you. And I think that's why everybody hates President Obama. So I look forward to hearing everyone's answers to this question, and I will see you next Friday, which happens to be a week from Halloween. Awesome.
So I rolled through good, y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood, Ferrari.